Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'm sorry I'm a little late. I actually went live on my personal wall instead of on the Design Your Sweet Life. I hope everyone had a fantastic Monday where I am here in Ottawa. It's still a little bit chilly, but the sun was shining, so I was able to get outdoors for a little bit and get some vitamin D. So tonight I'm going to be sharing my real and raw journey to today. Hi, Jen. How are you? And I'm just so grateful to be given this opportunity to share, my story, the darkness and the light. So since I was a little girl, suffered from depression, really negative body image issues from as young as I can remember, I think maybe 7 or 8. And so needless to say, I really didn't take care of myself most of my life, from depression, like tons of mental health issues, eating disorders, and unfortunately addiction. But I knew at some point that this couldn't be my story. And in my early 30s, I was told that I could not conceive a child naturally. And as a young woman and a woman who knew they wanted to be a mom, that was absolutely crushing to me. And I knew that I, just needed another way. And I became extremely passionate about holistic living and healing. Hi, Lasha. Hi, Candy. Thanks for joining. Hi, Ange. So I just started on this beautiful journey of healing in a holistic way. But I still struggled a great deal with feeling alone, not connecting to people organically, and a little lost. My husband and I, were drowning in debt, paying for a wedding, and we just I knew that I was destined for more, but I had no idea what that would look like for me. So on this journey of healing, living holistically and healing my body in a holistic way, I was spending thousands of dollars on naturopaths, tons of supplements, holistic nutritionist, eating all organic. For my husband and I, our grocery bill was absolutely ridiculous just for 2 people. But I knew that this was how it needed to be in order for me to live a more optimal life if I wasn't going to resort back into my old ways of self-sabotage and not taking care of myself or starving myself for a week and then binge eating or drinking. And I just knew that even though it was a lot of money, it was something that I really needed to take seriously, and it was just the way of life. But I just didn't feel amazing. I definitely felt better than what I did. I suffered from crazy digestive issues. I had over 100 food sensitivities, so my gut was an absolute disaster. And when your gut is not in good health, that just is a spiraling effect to everything else. I had chronic migraines, always sluggish. I couldn't grow my hair past, my shoulders. My sleep wasn't great. I just never felt great. But at the time, I thought that maybe that was normal. And I feel like a lot of people do feel like that. We just walk around, not feeling the greatest, but that's normal to most people. And let me tell you, that's not the way. And once you start feeling amazing, you're like, holy crap, why did I waste so much time feeling so crappy? But I just started this journey, and along that journey, I discovered a really passion for fitness. And growing up, because I cared so much what people thought and I was overweight as a child, I never tried, athletics. I was in figure skating, but once the outfits got tighter because I was overweight, I just was so uncomfortable. I just quit everything because I was so worried of being a failure. So for me to get into fitness was a huge deal. And my coach actually posted some before and after pictures of my transformation. And I had tons of people messaging me saying I was an inspiration to them. And for that little girl who never believed in herself to hear people were inspired by me, that's when I really discovered my true passion and purpose. And that was to help people. But I had no idea what that would look like. And because I had this horrible job that I was basically working 24 hours a day, 6 days a week. I worked in healthcare. Hi, Sarah. I worked in healthcare, but I took an on-call position to help pay for the wedding and tons of dental issues that I had because of my eating disorders. And my job does not have health benefits. And so I was looking also not only for something to maybe help me feel better, but another way of making money. And the universe definitely, is listening. Although sometimes you feel like, what else could go wrong? It definitely is listening, and it brings things into your life when you really need them most. And that's when my sister's best friend, now one of my best friends, Jen Brennan, who you will see on this page, posted on Facebook that she was looking for a team. And I had no idea what this team was, but I trusted Jen because she's really into health and fitness. And thankfully, it aligned with my morals and philosophies of healthy living. Because of that journey of living holistically, I was really particular on ingredients and products that I used. And I had been approached by other companies, but I would take one look at the ingredients and I knew that, one, I couldn't take them myself, and two, I couldn't share them with other people. So this job that was wreaking havoc on my body, because I was working so much, I kind of saw the light. Maybe this is what could help me get rid of that job. And I had no idea. I had no expectations. I was just grateful that the product made sense to me. Fruits and veggies in a capsule. I knew that even though I was the healthy eater, I knew I definitely wasn't getting the recommended serving of 7 to 13. And not very many people can, unfortunately. And so I actually got started in the business and the product right away. And within only a few short weeks of being on the product, I was seeing profound changes in my health. And this was a huge light bulb moment for me, because for 2.5 years previous, I had been spending so much money on my health to help me feel better. And although I did feel a little bit better, like I said, there was just something missing. And phone fell over. Oops, making it darker. Don't play with there you go. Sorry. I was seeing changes that I just couldn't believe. My sleep, my husband was actually the one that took notice to my improved mood. So I know in my heart that I wasn't being my best self. I was always moody. My menstrual cycles were horrible. You just wanted to die after, the second day. My digestive issues, like I said, were awful. I couldn't eat anything without being bloated. I had chronic constipation. And after 2 months of being on the product, I actually didn't even realize I was getting my period, where a week before it would be that massive roller coaster of emotions, crying, backaches, headaches. And I got my period. I was like, oh, that's crazy. I didn't have any symptoms leading up to it, and my mood and my energy just kind of skyrocketed. And who doesn't need more energy, right? I feel like everyone in this world needs more energy, and that's something that's very common with people taking the product. Is that's one of the first things that people start to notice. And as at the time, someone who's working the 2 jobs really needed that. My sleep was improving. I wasn't waking up. When you wake up in your sleep to go to the washroom, that usually means that you're not detoxing properly. And that totally makes sense because of all my past history with addiction. Whoa, sorry guys. I didn't want to hold it. My past with addiction. And so when I started sleeping through the night, I was so excited about this, because for less than a cup of coffee a day, I was providing my body with the nutrients that it needed, and it started to catapult my health within just a few short weeks. And within a year, my husband and I were gifted with a year and a half. My husband and I were gifted with a pregnancy, and our son was born a healthy Juice Plus baby. And so for someone that was told they couldn't conceive a child naturally, and I did. I'm not saying Juice Plus was the reason, but I definitely know that it provided an environment for my body to heal. And when I went back to my my holistic nutritionist, within 4 months, my food sensitivity test once was all red and yellow colors, because that means things that you're sensitive to, was like cut in half. And, just over the course of, months after that, my gut was just, my holistic nutritionist couldn't believe, how it was helping my gut. And pooping every day is the best feeling in the world, because when you don't, you're reabsorbing all of those toxins, and that really makes you feel like crap. And when I got my first paycheck, I could not believe that I just got paid for helping people feel better. Something that I was so passionate about, something that I was doing before when I was competing, because people were always asking me, what I was up to, but I wasn't getting paid for it. And now I was, and it's just a beautiful gift that this has given me. And I mean, I've shared with you, having more energy, your mood. I feel like so many women can relate to hormonal imbalances, just feeling so tired and exhausted. I'm a new mom. I have no idea how moms survive without Juice Plus. It's just been such something so powerful in my toolkit to be the best mom, to be on point all the time, to feel rested so that I can play with my son, because he is very busy, to, just having an all around better health. Having a healthy gut has definitely improved my mood. For someone who suffered from depression, I'm not saying that, it's cured me of depression, but I definitely am more mindful of my mood and being able to, have clarity around it. Whereas before it was just a big spiraling mess. And then it creates the self-guilt and all that stuff, which I don't have anymore. I really feel that this product has given me clarity in so many aspects of my life. And just to touch on the business, I when I got my first paycheck, I knew that there was something really special to this, because I saw what it was doing for my own health, and I really wanted to share this with other people, because I discovered my passion, and that was really to help people. And if I think back to when I was a kid, that's something that I was always so good at. Friends came to me. I actually went to school to become a child and youth worker. That's a whole nother story why I didn't go down that route, but I believe that, your journey brings you to where you're supposed to be. And I'm so grateful for this experience. And being bullied as a child, suffering from depression, going through tons of mental health issues, you do feel alone, and struggling with, trusting people. This community that this opportunity has given me has been the biggest gift. For once in a really, really long time, I feel safe. I feel organically connected to people. And it's just the most magical thing that I've ever experienced. And we just came from an amazing weekend full of training and events. And as I reflected on that weekend, I was just so beyond grateful to have these amazing people in my life that I wouldn't have had if it wasn't for this opportunity. And I'm really excited because within the first 3 years, it'll be 4 years. It was 4 years, in February. But a year ago, I reached the top level of the marketing plan, which was so exciting. And at the top level, they give full corporate benefits. And for me, who doesn't have that, and for my husband, who's an entrepreneur who also doesn't have benefits, that's massive. That's a huge bonus for our family. My husband actually hurt his back this past summer, and I have no idea what I would do if I didn't have those benefits. That was a lot of money out of our pocket, but direct email transfer right afterwards with the money back into our account because we had that. So that's an amazing thing that you get when you reach the top level of the marketing plan. My son is not in school yet, but it also offers tuition reimbursement. Like, what company does that? They see how the family is a unit. They want to give back to everyone in the family. So tuition reimbursement at the top level. And I'm so excited to say that I'm going to be 40 December 8th, and I am en route to retiring before that. So I am so grateful for that. I never thought I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but when my son was born, it changed me. It changed my purpose. It changed everything about me. And going back to work was, and I know a lot of moms can relate to this, it was obviously the toughest. And I'll never forget the few first times dropping Jagger off and like just clenching onto your neck and, you know, just wanting his mom. And I got a video message from the daycare lady sharing him walking for the first time. And I was so excited. But then as you reflected back on it, you're like, wow, like this is not okay. I need to be there to see those things. And hi, Katie. I need to see these things. And I knew in that moment that I am on this mission to stay home with my son, not miss any more of his firsts, and to provide a life of freedom, whatever that means to me. Traveling, buying all the health supplements that I love, doing whatever I want, whenever I want, with whoever I want. And I'm so proud to be part of such an amazing mission that's bigger than me, that's bigger than all of you. And it's just such a company with a heart. It just has so many amazing things that they give back. Like I said, the benefits and the tuition reimbursement. There's so much bonus money that has helped. I got a Christmas bonus. I've worked for the same company for 10 years and I've never gotten a Christmas bonus. And this company gives a Christmas bonus every Christmas to the leaders. And this year, that was a massive part in all of my purchasing. I don't think I actually had to purchase Christmas presents with any other money other than the bonus money. So that's just a little snippet of what's possible. 4 years ago, if you asked me if this is where I'd be, I would say no. But it became addictive. Sharing and caring and seeing what this business and this product has done for me. I have a couple of girls on my team. Sara Mokhtar is watching right now. She decided not to go back to her government job and stay home with her little girl because of this. And Becky decided not to go back to her corporate job because of this. And I'm just so grateful for you letting me share what my sweet life looks like. And I hope you guys have the courage to design yours, because we only have one life and we need to make the best of it. So thank you so much for sharing. And lovely to have you guys all in my living room and in your living room. And I hope you guys have a fabulous week, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Every Monday night at 8:30, there'll be another amazing story to be shared. So stay tuned.